Okay, I see Dr. Ozioma. Okay, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I assume based on your title, you're a medical professional.
Yes, I'm a pharmacist, actually.
This is perfect. What do you think about this drug?
This drug has been on the market. It's just that now it's been approved for a higher dose in weight loss. But this medication is actually Ozempic, and it's a diabetes medication.
I know there's a lot of pharmaceutical companies, they like to repurpose drugs.
If there's a side effect for a medication and they can market that side effect and it's safe, they will repurpose it.
So that's probably part of the reason why one of the good side effects for people using it as a weight loss drug was improvement with blood sugar and things of this nature, since the original purpose of the drug was to help with that.
Yes, but it's at a way lower dose. So the dose that they're giving for weight loss, I believe is 2.4. That they give for diabetes is 0.5. They have two different doses, but the dose is substantially higher. I think that in terms of weight loss goals and all the other medications on the market or that has been on the market for it, this drug seems to be the safest. Patients have been on this drug for years, so it's proven to be safe. The only thing different is the dose, but it's not going to affect the heart like the other amphetamine type drugs did.
Yeah, that's a very good point, because there's usually some side effect with the jitteriness or some kind of heart problem, like you said, because it was a stimulant. So
Exactly. All medications have side effects. It's just, do the benefits outweigh the risk? As long as the benefits outweigh the risk, you just use it.
Because my dad point out, when these TV ads would start, they talk for like 10 to 30 seconds about the wonders of the drug. Then they spend another 2 minutes talking about side effects could be death. Side effects could be this. Side effects could be that. Could lead to cancer. Could lead to erectile dysfunction. If you have thoughts of suicide, please stop taking this drug immediately. As a matter of fact, this drug, it had that in there as one of the potential side effects. It said if you're suicide, blah, 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 do not take the drug. I'm like, wow.
So does Tamiflu, and people still take Tamiflu every time they get the flu, if they can afford it.
Tamiflu does that.
Yeah.
So Ashley brings up a good point. Practicing MDLs, which is basically a pool of money set aside by the pharmaceutical companies to pay those who have undergone negative side effects. Isn't there a fund, a government fund that our taxpayer dollars goes into? So let's say a vaccine or something, you have some terrible effect, and you win the lawsuit. It's not the pharmaceutical company that pays directly, it's this fund that pays.
I know they have insurance. I'm not sure about the fund, but I know that most of these companies have insurance.
Western medicine is not designed to prevent but to treat. This is so true. It's funny because I also do auditing. So you have preventive controls, detective controls. Preventive controls, you lock your door, you wear a seatbelt. Detective controls would be the alarm that went off after the person broke in. You would want preventive controls. Prevent the problem, not just treat it. Ashley says won't need to lose weight if you're dead. So Ashley is really anti the medications.
I'm looking at the site now. 30% of the people in the trial lost over 20% of their body weight. So it's like it can be higher than 15. I would take my chances for a year.
Yes. Yeah, and it's also, while they told people to eat a bit better and work out, the eat better most likely was the appetite restriction. So they might still have been eating terribly, like not enough protein, for example. They eat too much fat or too much carbs and not enough protein. That'd be a common mistake. The long story short is, if you're doing the drug for a short period and you know what you're doing that wise, or you're simply just more active, then you could really, that's probably those people in that 20% right there. And I'm sure there's some people that have gotten to 25%. Okay, we have Ashley.
So first of all, let me say that I am an advocate for certain medications, because we have to kind of start from scratch and realize that as of late, we have lots of toxins that are in our foods, right? So we're going to be sick. We know that cancer is more prevalent now. So it's not so much that I'm against medicine, because I am not. And I'm not against Western medicine because I've had 5 cesareans. And so I don't know how things would have fared if I wouldn't have been able to be at a hospital. But from a legal perspective, with regard to new medications, MDLs are basically multi-district litigation claims. So we're talking about Xarelto, Pradaxa, bladder mesh sling, Essure, which 99.9% of these are still on the market. And the fact is, let's say 1 million people are, prescribed the drug. If only about 100K of those people people die, the drug is still going to be on the market. And that's fact. And if they get sick, like for example, the guys that were on, suffered gynecomastia, the men that grew breast, they were just paid, right?
Okay.
Nobody knew that they were going to grow breast until after they started growing breast. So if I'm going to make $2 billion off of selling the drug and I have to pay like $2 million because some people died or got sick, it's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's a drop in the bucket.
Yeah. So that's my only point, is that I was unaware of all of this until I started, working on that side where it's no respecter of persons. You have people that are wealthy. You have people that are not wealthy. If you take the drugs that have not been vetted for a particular amount of time, you could be subjecting yourself to some serious issues. And so my only point is, let's wait a few years until you know someone or can at least listen to a true testimony, not test subjects, but someone that has lived, worked. I think someone talked about African Americans. We have certain chemical compounds and different things that affect us differently than others, right? So just being sure that we don't jump on something that's an easy fix, but just kind of give it time.
If this drug existed a couple years ago when I was clinically obese, I'm not sure I'd be able to resist the urge to try it. Then click on education right now, because you just never know. I heard this interview with a lady, what's her name? Dr. Devra with a V Davis. She testified in front of Congress and she talks about asbestos, right? She testified for that and she says, you don't see any smoke and then later there's smoke. It takes a while to see the fire. And she says, unfortunately, lots of people have to suffer for it to be clear what happened, and then the blah, 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 blah. And she was saying, either you don't take a chance and you wait, or if you see the smoke, assume there's fire. I think it's a very difficult personal choice, because everything you said made sense, everything Dr. O made sense, and I think it's case by case, Right. Are you going to keel over dead from your crazy high blood pressure, your heart problems, your this, your that? Because yes, if they exercise and eat healthy, everything will be wonderful. But if they're proven time and time again that they cannot or will not do that for a variety of reasons, maybe they have nothing to lose at this point in time, so to speak. It may just speed up some bad outcome, let's say, in that 1% Dr. O talked about, right? So the MDLs you're talking about, is it something all the pharmaceutical companies put money into a pool, or is that government fund I was thinking about? Because I couldn't remember.
So with regard to MDLs, which is multi-district litigation, what ends up happening is, and it's sad to say, but if enough people start suing the same company, then an MDL is created, and that's basically where they process the case in one court. For example, Johnson & Johnson baby powder. Look at how many years that took. And they're like, oh, that's why all these people that are in their 50s have cervical cancer. And so it's not even so much to say that there aren't some great things that can come about of medicine, but I've just seen that ugly side where people don't know and they take whatever their doctor says they can take, or they'll go to a new doctor who doesn't know their history and will prescribe something that is just horrible for them. I didn't even realize until I got into this particular sector that people can literally be dying from a particular drug or be getting very sick and the drug is still on the market. Medicine doesn't make money when you're healthy, and I know that Dr. O, stated that. I mean, I don't even believe a lot of things are meant to cure you. It's just meant to sustain you for a particular amount of time.
You have to do your own research, right? And I remember my personal example at the hospital, and the nurse says, the doctor wants you to take an antibiotic. And I'm like, didn't they say it's viral? She's like, yes. So I'm like, antibiotics not going to do anything. And she's like, yeah, but that's what the doctor wants you to take. I'm like, yeah, well, I want to tell the doctor. She leaves, 10 minutes later, comes back. The doctor's changed his mind. No antibiotics. And I'm like, okay.
If you hadn't said anything, the doctor wouldn't have changed his mind.
The thing about that is that physicians go to school to diagnose, pharmacists go to school to treat.
That's right.
They don't know anything about the medication. They're looking in a book. The book says we give them that. It's not until we get the prescription and we're like, this doctor is stupid. Yeah. And then we're like, we're not filling this prescription. You tell the patient to contact their doctor, or sometimes we contact the doctor. Physicians don't know about medication.
You raised a good point there, because I remember the nurse told me, Kurt, she said, all they do when they go back to the office is they do the same thing you can do. You go online. She says, you have access to almost everything they have. It's not in their head. They got to go research. figure it out. We tend to view doctors as omnipotent, like
Yes.
they're all knowing. They can make mistakes all the time.
I would just, like encourage everybody to Google some good homeopathic stuff, because there are some good bloggers and moms that are really just trying stuff like elderberry and zinc and vitamin C, like the good old stuff. You know what I mean? I just don't want us to be overly medicated, right? As a community, and we all could do better, because we like to do what's quick and fast because we're busy and we got lives. But just try some homeopathic stuff if you can. Now, if you can't and it isn't working, medication is a blessing. We are a blessed country,
yes,
insofar as having access when we really need it.
Many things are unnecessary.
Yeah.
I say if you can go without taking a medication, don't, because all of these medications cause side effects, and now you're on a new medication to control the side effects from the first medication.
Common theme is you don't want to be on anything too long, right? The goal is to be temporarily on it. It's 3 things people quit, I think: ignorance, arrogance, and lack of results. I was ignorant, didn't know what I was doing, didn't know what I didn't know. Some of the things I thought I knew were just purely incorrect till I got professional coaching. Arrogance, oh, I'm smart, I can Google it and figure it out. That didn't work either. And then the lack of results. You bust your ass in the gym, you starve with some that, and the results don't come quickly enough, or they're not sustainable, so you get fed up and quit. A drug like this could keep you going for a period of time for you to get over that hump till you make a lifestyle change. It's like brushing your teeth. You just do it automatically. So if you can go to the gym automatically, or eat healthy automatically, or you're not even the gym, you're just more active, you walk more or whatever, you play with your kids. If you can change that, then that's another reason I think this drug could be helpful. To make that mental shift to a lifestyle change, to become healthier, then I think it's a great thing to do. Because you are determined to transform your body, you made it to the end of this video. To get more tips about how to look great and feel even better, check out one of these videos you see on the screen. I'm sure you'll enjoy them. So later's my massive. Me I go long now. For those who don't speak Jamaican patois, that's goodbye, my people.